Good morning. How is everybody today on this beautiful Thursday? My guest today is Evan Raoof, and Evan is a personal trainer and lifestyle coach. So welcome, Evan. So glad we're having this time to connect today.
Hey, Deb, thanks so much for having me today. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you.
So tell us what a lifestyle coach does, Evan.
Well, we kind of help people. Truly, what I like to do is really help people find, create vibrant vitality and energy. Really trying to help people take a look at their health and their fitness and overall nutrition and make it a habit. It doesn't have to be very difficult or challenging. Kind of help people with simple approaches to become healthy. We take it on because really it isn't about really anything more than it isn't about really your health. It's really about taking on what matters most in your life. And I truly believe fitness and health is really a true foundation for anything you want to do in your life.
Yeah, if you don't have your health, it's very difficult to have anything. So we were talking a little bit before we started, and you shared with me that today is the day that typically people drop out of their gym memberships after their New Year's resolutions. Can you share more about that?
Yeah, well, I think it's February 1st, like almost 85% of people quit their year's resolutions. And February 18th is the time when people actually quit their gym memberships. Now, with the last year, things have changed because the gyms have dipped in terms of their overall memberships itself. But it's really the commitment. People make a commitment January 1st and they really don't know. We're told we should be going to the gym or go and exercise, be healthy. That's one of our number one resolutions. But I think most people aren't committed to the time and they're not really sure of what to do or how to do it. And they think it's this big daunting task and they don't really get it structured in. And so they quit. That's what
I hear you about the structured in. So I'm part of this habits thing that has been going since maybe it was like January 1st. So my commitment was to drink water and to post on LinkedIn every day because I don't like posting on LinkedIn. I had this sort of like resistance about it because Facebook is just, to me, that's more friendly. And now I have to, or I perceived that I needed to change my posts for an audience. I really didn't. I just need to show up and be my authentic self.
Sure.
But it took probably 3 weeks for me to get past that idea that this was tough. And there was a lot of internal resistance popping up. I'd have those little conversations with myself, but yet I have this accountability group and they are in your face. Like you have to post every day in this Facebook group. And then we put money in it. It was 365 dinero to be this. So there's some skin in that investment. So what are the typical things that people run up against, or what are the typical blocks that you hear when you start to talk about fitness, nutrition, changing in lifestyle? What are the things that we put up as barriers?
So I always find it's a real privilege when I meet with someone for the first time. And you're right. The thing is, the barriers that I find, if someone's exercised before in their life, they feel in high school or college, sometimes they feel they should be exercising the same like they did before and starting fresh right now. Or someone actually might be fearful of exercise because they have injury or illness and they're afraid they're going to get hurt. And so they don't start. And I think those are the two main reasons people have stumbling blocks, because and with today's day and age, I mean, with social media, there's a video out there to show you how to exercise, but none of them are correct, and every individual is unique. So dynamically, how does your body is structured? So it's really important to really know how your body moves to really start exercises. If you are exercising the right way, you're going to feel the muscle. And that may be true, but if you have a muscle imbalance and you do it the quote right way, you can't do it the right way because your body needs to have a certain exercise to help balance that muscular imbalance so you can actually learn. And then neurologically, you've got to get connected to the muscle. I mean, I don't want to make it sound complicated, but a simple time of being mindful of that makes a big difference in how your body moves and how you enjoy your body moving.
So there's a whole science around that exercise physiology piece.
Absolutely.
I'm hearing you say. So it's interesting in this group, one of the reasons that we started to do it and put stress and money together is because money is often the number one reason somebody comes to see me. They're stressed out because they have no money. So there's lots of kind of myths or perceptions out there as it relates to money. And sometimes when people are considering working with a coach, it's looked at as not being budget friendly. How do you adapt to meet people where they're at so that it can fit in someone's budget?
Well, we talked earlier about this. There's one-to-one coaching, there's group coaching, and really, I think, if I can answer it correctly, try to find and meet someone where someone's at right away. And usually, when I meet with someone, I have a free coaching session to help get clarity on that. So I feel the value of that one session is free. Is if someone's really attentive and willing to learn and understand, I can give them a really truly a straight foundation to get started right away. And then I'm selling. I usually, when I'm saying I'm selling you on that you can do this on your own, and fitness is important, and helping you realize that fitness and being overall healthy is important, and you really should be taking it on. Then of course I'm selling them on me being that person to help them. And but also too is like the basic foundation of like if some, as I mentioned before, if someone has a fear of exercise or a fear of something, and you can show them something that they can actually do, then the money isn't much of an issue because they see the value in it. Then also, then that being said is, then you can offer different options. I mean, I have different options for people based on their commitment. There's the good, better, best commitment. And it's all good wherever you start, but you got to show initiative that you're going to be able to do it on your own somewhat.
Yeah, and I know we've had this conversation before too. If we're not taking an active role in making sure these things are going on in our overall health and wellness, we pay for that somehow.
But you pay for it. You're right. But it's also too as coaches, like how many coaches does it take to change a light bulb? One.
Yeah.
Just the person's got to want to change.
Yes.
So the thing is being mindful of that, and in a group, you can. This is where I've been adapting over the last year is individual versus group coaching, being showing ways for people to be more accountable to their actions. Because I don't know how you work specifically, but like if it doesn't make sense for me to work with someone 3 times or 4 times a week. If I work with someone once a week and they're able to do their programs on their own, we come back and we actually make that commitment, or we can do it in a group setting and cut the cost down, and allows them to take ownership. Because I mean, I have clients I've had for 15 years, but our relationship has changed because their fitness levels changed, their dynamics have changed, and we look at different things. That's how we grow as coaches too. So
Yeah, there is no magic pill, and the statistics that are out there pre-COVID, and they've been around forever, as much as 90% of doctor visits are related to stress and
yes.
stress eating and stress drinking. So today's National Wine Day, and I posted something on my Facebook page about wine and just kind of asked the question, and man, there was like red or white, because we've started to use that as a coping mechanism and tool throughout this because it takes the edge off. Exercise does that same thing by releasing endorphins. You want to share that a little bit?
So your body acts as a thermogenic when you exercise, and increase endorphins to be able to improve your mental focus and clarity. And just, I truly believe, like, with that, you have a better stance and posture to be able to do what you want in life. I mean, it's great to be able to run a marathon or do a century ride, or lift 1,000 pounds, but that's not it. It's like more about, you take it on your life, improving activity of daily living. For example, everybody that's in this audience today, you're sitting in front of a computer watching us. How are you sitting? Are you slouched or are you sitting up? If you're slouched, your posture is going to be forward and create this habit, and you're not going to have as much energy vitality if you're sitting up taller. So these little things make a big difference, and the endorphins, and it all comes into play because you can exercise all you want, but if you don't mirror it with proper nutrition or eating habits, the exercise is for naught. The same with nutrition, and the same with sleeping. I mean, this all creates this imbalance that leads to more stress in the body. And we were talking earlier.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we were talking earlier too. I mean, the things that you do with your clients are really amazing and unbelievable. And like in terms of getting your body back in balance, you still have to have those tools to be able to support that body getting back in balance with the exercise and nutrition.
Yeah, I am a big believer in nutrition. And one of the things that I see as people start to become aware of their budget, sometimes they will cut what I would call healthy foods and buy cheap stuff, cheap junk stuff, because it fits better in their budget. When really that is not a good long-term investment at all. And like, there's just myself and my husband. Probably we spend more money on groceries than anything because we eat organic, and he doesn't have salt. I gluten-free. So we buy around those and cook around those things. And yes, if I shared our budget, people would go, holy crap. But I don't go to the doctor.
That being said,
it's a trade-off.
But that being said, is you probably don't go out to dinner as much.
Hardly ever.
The thing, I mean, those are things you factor into.
Yes.
And also too is being mindful of that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of gluten-free, and I mean, organic is important, but it's like really being mindful of eating healthy vegetables, protein, and healthy fats. I would say lean protein, but if I'm talking to vegans out there, it does not matter. It matters that you get enough protein in your diet and healthy fats. And if you cut out processed foods, cut out sugars, then you don't have to worry about gluten-free. A lot of companies out there are selling you gluten-free products they may not be as good for you.
Well, for me, it's a celiac issue, and I don't usually eat breads and that kind of stuff because they are crappy.
Okay.
And they're not, what's available isn't that great. So I remember a long time ago when my kids were young, my pediatrician was very wise and said, honey, all you have to do is shop the outsides of the grocery aisle and cook.
Yeah.
And you'll have it figured out. Because one of my kids just went bananas with red dye. And it took a long time to figure that out. But anyway, I've always cooked a lot, and it's part of my heritage. I'm a Polish girl from the west side of Grand Rapids, and that's how it was family and all that stuff, and that was fun. So we kind of talked about this whole concept of day one, and January 1 doesn't have to be day one. What is day one, and when can we choose that?
It's the day you want to start and begin right now. Why is now important to you? I mean, most times people come to you or me because they're motivated to do something, right? And it's like, what's the purpose? What's the reason? But it's like really the daily actions that allows you to be, and the more you learn about your body, the more you're committed to doing it, and you start feeling the results. You may not see the results, but you feel them. And then you kind of feel like the inspiration is you're intuitively in tune with that.
Yeah, and the more you move, the better you feel. Even from the standpoint of healthy aging, if you're not moving, immobility is one of the biggest risk factors for lots of stuff. So today's topic on our calendar is get up and get your body moving. So what could you recommend to all the couch potato people out there who are not moving? What are ways they can work movement into their day, especially when you're sitting in front of a computer most of the day?
Well, first off, I think you have to really decide that you really want to do this. Okay, that's the first and foremost, because we can give all the tips we want, but people are going to sit down and do nothing. So be hard and truth with that. So look at the benefits of why you want to start exercising and really get moving, and then scheduling in your day. It's important to schedule in your day. I'm going to say it again because, and then like the funny thing is it takes me a half hour to get ready for a 10-minute walk. So thing is being mindful of it takes, I think I talked about this a few weeks ago to someone, I talk about it regularly, but if you schedule your day and be open to the possibility that you're going to screw up, it's okay, but reschedule it again, because then you're getting in the habit of doing it. And again, look at your calendar, schedule it in. If it's the best time is in the morning for you, that's fine. Schedule 30 minutes. You may only do 10, but schedule 30 minutes. So you actually have enough time to give yourself leeway, because eventually you'll be able to more. And if you need to schedule it another time, do it as again. But the ideal guidelines for exercise are 5 to 7 days a week of cardiovascular exercise, 30 to 45 minutes a day of moderate intensity. 2 or 3 of those days should be vigorous intensity. And strength training should be 2 or 3 days a week, working all 8 to 12 exercises per muscle group. Now that seems daunting, but it's like to put it in the day. If you just schedule 15 minutes a day for stretching, that's all you need to start off with. And then looking at opportunities to be able to learn about what the next step is going to be. Or you can talk to me and I'll be glad to have a conversation with someone.
Yeah, so you can reach out to Evan. We try to keep these short, and we're already rounding on the 20-minute mark. It's okay. As you start chatting, it's hard to stop, isn't it?
I know.
So our challenge to you today is to do something to move your body. If you are couch potatoing it, at least get up and move around your house. If you are doing moderate activity already, take a brisk walk. It's not too bad. How is it in the Detroit area today?
It's not bad. It's cold, but
it's cold here too, but it's gloomy. So another reason to get out there and breathe some fresh air and just get that heart rate up.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say one final thing, because I think I said this before, but I think it's really important to schedule the exercise being okay with where you are, and it's okay to kind of juggle it around. But think about this. You have a client that you're meeting today, and they're going to pay you money. You sure as hell going to make sure you show up for that appointment. Don't shortchange your health. It's really important you make that appointment for yourself. And it's okay to juggle on, because the first 30 days, you're really trying to make sure it's going to work for you, and it's okay to change them. But be open to the possibility that you have a better way of being for yourself.
I think that's great advice and a wonderful way to land this plane. So thanks for watching. Again, you can connect with Evan in the comments. I'll put his link down there, and get up and get moving today, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you, everybody.
For more tips on living life with less stress and more heart, please follow us on social media or check out our website at lessstressandlife.com.